Only, only because teachers make a doctor, teachers make an engineer, teachers make artists, teachers make everybody. So today I'm here to tell you that I am honored to welcome teachers who are so important in life. Friends, let me tell you that we will begin the program as we always begin in the name of God. We have with us a very, very young singer, Vivek. He himself is a music teacher. His life is music, and music is his life. May I have the honor of inviting Vivek to come and enthrall us with his beautiful voice, because only then we can begin the program. Vivek, can we have you, please?
Dada Shyam, visible? Dada Shyam, am I audible?
Yes, Vivek, good to go.
Thank you, Didi. Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwar Guru Sakshat Brahma Tasmai Gurave My most humble salutations, pranams, thy lotus feet of our beloved, beloved Dada. Happy, happy Teachers' Day to each one of you. दादा के चरणों में ये एक गुरु का छोटा सा भजन समर्पित है. मोहि लागी लगन गुरु चरणन की मोहि लागी लगन गुरु चरणन की मोहि लागी लगन गुरु चरणन की चरण बिना कछुवे नहीं भावे चरण बिना कछुवे नहीं भावे जग माया सब सपन नहीं जग माया सब सपन नहीं मोहि लागी लगन गुरु चरणन की मोहि लागी लगन गुरु चरणन की सब सूख गयो है, सागर भव सार सूख गयो गर सब सूख गयो है, बबसा गर सब सूख गयो है। फिक्र नहीं मुझे तरनन की, फिक्र नहीं मुझे तरनन की। मीरा के प्रभु गिरिधर नागर, मीरा के प्रभु गिरिधर नागर नैन की हंस वही अब चरणन की। मोहि लागी लगन गुरु शरणन की, मोहि लागी। निध निध प मरे ग निध प म ग रे ग म प म रे ग रे निध नि रे सा। लागी लगन गुरु शरणन की, गुरु गुरु करता गुरु मोहि लागी लगन गुरु, लागी लगन गुरु, लागी लगन गुरु। शरणन की दादाश्री।
Thank you, Vivek. That was indeed soulful, and it took us to another planet. Thank you for being with us. Dear friends, I come once again to you to tell you what a great teacher Dada was. As I told you before, that Dada believed that if anyone can change India, it's you, because he believed it's the right kind of education. He said that you have to go far beyond books. And today specifically, when we are living in pandemic, you realize that all of us have changed our methodology of teaching. Everything changes with time, and a good teacher is one who has adapted to change, which means a teacher is a constant learner. I must thank all of you for putting in so much effort and using technology to reach thousands of students through our various platforms. I know it is not easy, but I must congratulate each one of you for doing that. Dada always said that teacher is a friend. Teacher is one who holds your hand when you are in need. He uplifts your mind and touches your heart. And Dada did everything. I met Dada in 1969 as a student of St. Mira's College, and I stayed in the hostel. And whenever Dada came to know, let me share one example with you. Once Dada, I was walking, I was new about 4 days in the mission, and he met me and said, "How are you? Are you liking the food?" And I was so young and spontaneous. And I told him, no, 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 I don't like the food here because I'm a rice eater and they don't give good rice. You know what Dada told me? Oh, don't worry. I will send you rice every day. I was so happy that I was going to get best of rice. Then he added, I will not eat, but I will send you my share. And I suddenly stood there and said, Dada, no, 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 I will eat any rice, but you don't give me your share. Dada was ready to sacrifice his share, but wanted to remind me to accept whatever comes. Imagine the two teachings in one sentence. He was ready to tell me, I will share. He was a friend. He was ready to share. And yet, as a teacher, he reminded me that I will give you my share. And it made me feel that he was so great. How can I deprive him? And therefore, I accepted that food from that day very, very well. So that one word from Dada, because we never know when the teacher's influence starts. I also recollect that Dada believed that teacher, you must educate the heart. We used to be in the class and we never missed Dada's class. And I think this message every teacher should take because he gave us so many life examples that I still remember. I will share one example with you. You know, when you're staying in the hostel, very often you don't feel like going to college. We were young. I'm talking about when I was 16 years old, and I locked my door. And when our warden came and knocked at it, I'm sure she's watching, Ms. Nirmala Jutwani. She said, why you haven't gone? So I told her I got fever. She touched my head and I had no fever. And so she went and told Dada about this experience that I just said I had fever. Now, Dada, after many days, was teaching us civilization science. And he was teaching us how thermometer came into existence and how it was invented. Then he told me, then he said, mathe ko haath lagao, matha garam hai, मुंह में thermometer 0.8 है, ऐसा मंजू को होता है, which means that he knew, he was telling us how thermometer came and what is its use, and also told me that, look, we come to know what you do. So he touched my heart and I said, yes, never to tell a lie again of your temperature. So Dada just taught you by example. I will give you my last example because I am not here to speak, but I love to share experience with Dada so that each one of you must know. And Dada's greatest thing was, which each of you must develop, is the sense of humor. On one occasion, somebody told him that, look, Manju does so much work. She works like a man. Dada stood there and said, that is why she has a man in her name. So again, all these years, I didn't know I have a man in my name, but he made you know that, you can do anything. That was Dada for you. And before, I cannot stop talking about Dada. Once we were at the airport and they were taking Dada on the wheelchair. And the wheelchair person was taking it very fast and I was trying to walk. And he saw that I was scraping to walk fast and he told me, Manju, if you cannot walk fast, I will tell him to slow down. But he said these two sentences, if you can't walk fast, I will tell him to slow down. The message was, whether you walk fast or slow, I will walk with you. A true teacher, a true guru is who walks with you, whether you walk fast or walk slow. So be a friend to your students, my dear teachers. Never lose your sense of humor in the class. Love them, teach them by example. What else can we ask for? I once again tell you that I'm going to bring to you someone who has been the closest associate of Dada. Do you need to guess? Yes, our very dear Krishna Didi, who needs no introduction to this audience, whom you all would love to hear. Her simplicity, her seva. I think the way she served the master, a friend of mine who didn't know her well, she said that, she would even tell you what is the next need of Dada. That was Didi Krishna's love for Dada. And if she loved so much, what else can we do? Give her more love because she is here to spread the message of the master. Do you know something? She's the only privileged one who stayed in the house of Dada and had the privilege of meeting both Sadhu T.L. Vaswani, our beloved Guru, and our revered Dada J.P. Vaswani. Would anyone ask for more? She is MCOM with a rank holder. I can tell you that she is good in everything. She can sing well, she can talk well, she can think whatever you want, and now she is here. You know for what? She's here to tell you her experiences and also share what a good teacher must be. I mean, we are just telling you all this on Teachers' Day because we love you all and we are delighted to have all of you on this platform. And let us all, don't put off your mics, but let us all welcome beloved Krishna Didi by joining our hands. Welcome, Krishna Didi. We are so delighted to have you with us. Thank you. Krishna Didi, the platform is yours.
Dada Shyam, every one of you. It is such a joy. It is really a matter of honor for me that I have been given this opportunity of reaching across to each and every teacher whom I respect, I revere, and bow down on this sacred day. Let us begin by offering the obeisance of our hearts, the gratitude of our hearts to our founder, revered Sadhu Vaswani, and our most beloved Dada, whom we all miss so much. They were not only our teachers, they were not only our mentors, but they were our guides, our guardians, and our gurus. Let us bow down to them and seek their blessings. Our beloved Dada, he always referred to himself as a student. He never called himself a teacher or a guru. And he would often say to us that the day on which I have not learned something new is a lost day indeed. Yes, for Dada, life was a journey to perfection. Though in the eyes of the world, he was perfection personified. I just want to share with you one incident of Dada when he was the principal, which really touched me and really taught me such a beautiful lesson, which I think we all will do well to learn. As you all know, beloved Dada was the first principal of our college, the St. Mira's College. And because the college was in its infancy, even now you all have faced the local inquiry committee, the LIC, but because the college was in its infancy, the committee was very strict and they had very stringent rules. So one day when they came for the inspection, as Dada was the principal, he was attending on them. So they checked the records, they went round to see, and Dada accompanied them to see the classrooms, to see all the current facilities, the resources that the college possessed, that the college was having. And then suddenly the chairman, he looks at Dada and he says, "Show me the biggest room that you have in this college." And instantly, can you guess what was Dada's answer? He said instantly, "The biggest room is the room for improvement." And the chairman, he was so awed and inspired by Dada's answer. And Dada would always tell us, howsoever accomplished you may be, remember, there is always a room for improvement. Just see, he would pass on messages to us in such a simple way, in such an indirect way. But these answers that he gave us, these messages that he gave us, they still stay with us and they keep encouraging us, inspiring us to become better day by day in every way. My dear teachers, we have gathered together today to express our gratitude and our sincere admiration to each and every one of you. You have molded, you have inspired, you have influenced, you have encouraged. And not only this, you all are playing such a major role in sculpting young, impressionable minds. And in these trying and testing times, your role has become even more challenging. What the children were used to has been completely disrupted. They had excitement in their eyes. They used to look forward to coming to school or college and studying there. They were thrilled to come and play there. They were looking forward to making friends and spending time with them. But all this has now been replaced just by a static screen, and therefore their attention is distracted, their minds are disturbed, their hearts are restless, and above all, their emotions are in an upheaval. And it is you who have filled in this void, and therefore you are truly the builders of humanity. And therefore, as I said, on this beautiful day, we really express our sincere appreciation to each and every one of you. Let me share with you a small story which Dada had narrated to us. There was a king who owned a very rare diamond. That diamond could not be weighed or measured either in beauty or in its value. But accidentally, one day, the diamond sustained a scratch, and the king naturally was very disappointed. Now he wanted that anyhow the scratch has to be removed, it has to be altered, mended, and therefore a huge proclamation was sent forth and a huge reward was announced for any artisan who could remove the scratch. So many came forward, but unfortunately, no one could remove the scratch from that priceless diamond. Suddenly, one day, a gifted artisan comes up and he promises not only to remove the scratch, but to make the diamond look even more beautiful. His way of speaking was so convincing. It was so confident that the king immediately entrusted the diamond to him. And do you know what this great artisan does? With intricate artistry, he engraves a rosebud around the scratch and uses the scratch to make the stem. And this is what exactly every teacher has done in this pandemic. You have gone beyond the call of your duty and you have ensured that the growth of the students, it is not only unhampered, but it is steadily rising. And therefore, we really, really appreciate every effort of yours. Many of you have sacrificed your comforts and conveniences. Some of you have sacrificed your privacy, your free time, your difficulties, and have tried your best to give your best to the students. I just read a few days ago about a teacher who was conducting online classes for the primary school. And as you all know, when children are in the primary school, when online classes are going on, they are usually assisted by their parents. So the mother of the child was sitting with her, and the mother realized, she noticed that the teacher was taking a class from a bench in the garden, and therefore there was so much background noise. It was really disturbing. So the mother was agitated. It happened the next day, third day, until she reached a level of exasperation. And she said to her husband, I'm going to complain to the higher authorities. This is not the way a teacher should teach. The husband said to her, instead of talking to the higher authorities, you may kindly speak to the principal. It will be better if you will speak to the teacher herself. The mother liked the idea and she connected to the teacher, who apologized profusely. But mark what she said. She said, just from a few days, my mother has been admitted to the hospital, but I did not want my children to miss a class. Therefore, for a few hours, I leave my mother. I come down. There is a garden just below the hospital, and I come and do my duty and give these lectures for my dear ones whom I love so much. The mother had tears in her eyes. She was dumbfounded. She really marveled at the sense of commitment, at the care this teacher had for her children. Yes, my dear teachers, it is you who have maintained stability in these unstable times with your persistence, with your resilience, with your courage, with your confidence, with commitment, with creativity. You have achieved the impossible. And this Teachers' Day is just a symbol. It is so symbolic of our appreciation to each and every one of you. And I must express a word of gratitude to Dr. Manju Nichani, the rector of all the schools, Sadhu Vaswani schools, pan India. And we are fortunate that she continues to give her unfailing, she's an unfailing source of strength and support to all the activities of the Sadhu Vaswani mission. I also feel grateful to Dr. Gulshan Gidwani, the director of all the Meera Institutes at Pune. Though she may have retired from her principalship of the college, which she carried from glory to glory, but she continues to be an inspiring guide to all the institutions, and her contribution to this noble cause will always be remembered, and it can never be adequately acknowledged. And last but not the least, I feel grateful to Dr. Bhagwanti, who in such a short notice has brought together this program so efficiently and promptly. And once again, to each and every one of you, a happy Teachers' Day to you, and may you be blessed ever abundantly to continue to be true builders of humanity. Thank you, Dada Shyam.
Thank you, Krishna Didi. As usual, you are simply inspiring. And let me tell you that your storytelling technique really inspires all of us. And it takes us to a new world. And I'm sure today all the teachers must be feeling so happy that they got an opportunity to hear you. And I'm sure you're going to give them more and more such opportunities for them to learn and know more about our beloved masters. Thank you, Krishna Didi. And now I bring to you what you're all waiting, our beloved Dada J.P. Vaswani, whom we love to hear, whose words, what were his words? Every word he carried with us some message. We love Dada, and his dialogue or his teaching in life was love, 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 love till it hurts, love unconditionally. And as I told you, that as we celebrate the Teachers' Day today, how can it be complete without the message of our beloved master? But let me tell you that after we finish hearing Dada, we are going to acknowledge our principals and teachers who have retired. So please do not log off. Our beloved Dada, please. Thank you.
Friends and fellow workers, salutations to every one of you. You all are teachers. I am but a student. This was the teaching that was given me by my beloved master and mentor, Sadhu Vaswani, whose portrait is here in front of us. He said to me, "My child, always remain a student." I have not forgotten those words. I have not forgotten that teaching. Every morning as I wake up in the dark of the dawn, I say to myself, as a student, I must learn something new every day. Otherwise, it will be a lost day for me. As I said, you all are teachers, I am but a student, and I have been asking myself, what right have I to speak to you? You are teachers, you should speak to me. What right have I to speak to you? I am not a man of scholarship. Scholarship and learning have I none. But I am a child of silence. The silence of nature and the deeper silence of the soul within. And this morning, as I sat in silence, methinks I heard a voice. It said to me, "Go and tell the teachers. Go and tell the teachers to prepare the way for the coming of the new age. A new age is about to dawn. I do not have the time to speak to you concerning this topic today. But if we have to prepare the way for the new age, I believe what we need is a new type of education. A new type of education is our need today. As I have traveled from place to place, as I have traveled from country to country, it has seemed to me that the one great need of India and the nations is a new type of education, a true type of education. Today schools and colleges and universities are multiplying. But what we need today are centers of true education. An education which will teach the students how to live in the right way. This is very, very, very important. We teach our students so many subjects. We teach them languages and literature. We teach them mathematics, physics, chemistry, botany, biology. We teach them history and geography. We teach them economics and politics. We teach them sociology and psychology. We teach them computer science and a host of other subjects. But we do nothing to teach them the subject of all subjects, which is how to live in the right way. We need this new type of education. We need these new types of schools which may impart this type of education to the students, teach them how to live in the right way. Our students need to be taught how, with the help of God, to control their temper. Our students need to be taught how to develop their willpower and consecrate it to the service of suffering humanity. We need to teach our students how to develop imagination so that it strengthens them, not makes them weak. We need to teach our students how to grow in the true altruistic spirit, living not for self alone, but for others. We need to teach our students how to make friends and keep them. We need to teach our students how to play fair with everyone with whom they come into contact. We need to teach our students so many things. And above all, we need to train our students so that they may grow in the spirit of reverence. And reverence, as was pointed out by that great world poet, that great German poet Goethe, he said reverence is of three types. Reverence for what is above us, reverence for what is around us, reverence for what is beneath us. If only we can develop this type of reverence, I tell you, this earth will become a kingdom of heaven. If only we grew in reverence for Mother Earth, if only we grew in reverence for nature, all our ecological problems would vanish as mist before the rising sun. All we need to grow is in this spirit of reverence. It was that great English poet who sang, "Let knowledge grow from more to more, but more of reverence in us dwell." Of what use is that knowledge which is empty of the spirit of reverence? It's not going to build a new world. We have to prepare for the new age that is about to dawn. We need therefore this new type of education. What is education? I said to myself, in fact I recalled to myself that moving little prayer of the Vedic Rishis. It is a prayer which I love. I offer it again and again. It's a simple prayer, it's a brief prayer, but it is a significant prayer. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. Tamas means darkness. Jyotir means light. Out of darkness, O Lord, the words mean Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. The words mean out of darkness, O Lord, lead me into light. We are surrounded, we are enveloped by darkness. It is the darkness of superstition, it is the darkness of ignorance, it is the darkness of prejudice, it is the darkness of fanaticism, it is the darkness of illusion, it is the darkness of lust and hatred and greed, it is the darkness of desires, it is the darkness of the false ego. We need to be led out of darkness into light. This is the primary purpose of education, to lead us out of darkness into light. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. I recall a very touching incident in the life of the great German poet to whom I referred a little while ago. He is regarded by many as the greatest world poet of the 19th century, Goethe. He was on his deathbed. Around him were a few of his friends. The flame of his life was flickering fast. He realized that he was about to pass away. Then turning to his friends, he said, "Won't you open the window of my room?" The window is opened, and this great poet, this great lover of beauty and nature, gazes at the wonder of the setting sun and utters words which I believe were his last words. I am not sure. In any case, they were some of his last words. He uttered these three words. He gazed at the wonder of the setting sun and he said, "Light, more light. Light, more light." In these three words is given you the very essence of education, the very secret of education. Education is that which takes us into light, more light. We are surrounded today, we are enveloped today by darkness. This is true education, that which takes us out of darkness into light. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. This is the wisdom of education. This is the ideal of education. Today, India is wandering from distraction to distraction. Today, India lives in forgetfulness of the ideals that made her great in the long ago. There was a time when India was considered to be the leader of the nations, considered to be the builder of a civilization which has survived the shock of centuries. But we have forgotten. India lives in forgetfulness of those ideals which made her great in the long ago. Today, India lives in forgetfulness of her Vedas and her Upanishads, her Ramayana and her Gita, her Shankar and her Shivaji, her Kabir, her Nanak, her Gurus, her seers, her sages, her saints. Today, chaotic forces seem to be gathering strength in India. Today, forces of darkness choke the voices of light. Today, both knowledge and power are running to west, are being perverted into instruments of social chaos and destruction. Today, the base, the moral base of public life has been shattered. Today, intellectual honesty has become a thing of the past. Today, discipline is conspicuous by its absence. Today, our administration is honeycombed with corruption. You can't get anything done in a government office without paying a bribe. That is the condition of India today. A man said to me, he wanted only an NOC, no objection certificate. Otherwise, he couldn't get a visa to go to travel to a foreign country. And he said everything was all right. I had paid my income tax, I had paid all the taxes. I only needed an NOC. I went almost every day to the income tax office, and the clerk would tell me that the certificate is ready, it has only to be signed by the boss. Every day I used to go, every day I got that answer. After 15 days, I asked him, tell me what is the matter? If you want the boss to sign the certificate, why can't you take it to him? And this clerk said to him, these papers, they move on silver wheels. In those days, they had those rupee coins, silver coins. This paper moves on silver wheels. He said, how many wheels do you want? He asked for 50 wheels. He said, take 50 wheels, at least get. He got the signature in a matter of 5 minutes. This was some years ago. I don't know what is the condition today. Our entire administration is honeycombed with corruption. Someone told me, I don't read the newspapers, but someone told me the day before that they had published a list in order of honesty of the different countries, the countries that were corrupt. And he told me that India was number 77 on the list. Number 77 on the list, that's it. 76 countries are more honest than we are. There were some countries, even after India, they said the last was probably Nigeria or something. Is that? You must have read it. Yes. That is the condition in India today, because of the type of education that we are giving to our students. We need, more than ever before, we need a new type of education, an education which gives a triple training of the head, yes, training of the brain, yes, but also, as the master said in his beautiful words today, training of the hand, manual. But most importantly, training of the heart. This is very, very necessary. We need a triple training, the training of the head, the training of the hand, and the training of the heart. But my time is over. I take leave of you. Once again, I bow down to every one of you, and I seek your blessings. And I look up to you. I look up to you for your utmost cooperation with us in this noble task of converting Meena schools, Sadhu Vaswani Vidyalayas, converting them into true Meena schools, true Meena college, and a true Sadhu Vaswani Vidyalaya. Thank you, and thank you, and thank you.
Thank you, Dadaji. It's such a blessing to hear him. Look at Dada's humility. He still called himself a student. So each of us, each teacher is a student first. Didn't he say, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya? A good teacher is like a candle. It consumes itself to light the way for others. A teacher always lights the way for others, even at her own cost. Dear friends, today I'm here I won't use the word felicitate because online it is little difficult for us to felicitate, but we acknowledge the contribution of our three principals who have retired this year. Our first principal is Dr. Gulshan Gidwani, who retired as the principal of St. Mira's College, Pune. I wish dictionary could give me the words to acknowledge what she has done. If words could express, I would have written volumes to say what all she has done for the college. She is passionate about what she did, but more than that, she is compassionate in what she does. Dr. Gulshan Gidwani is a great combination, and her contribution to education, not only to St. Mira's College, but to the entire Mira Education Board, is always to be remembered and has to be written in golden words. Dr. Gulshan Gidwani really worked for the college to move onward, forward. I think she believed that even sky is not the limit. She has left very big boots to be filled, but the work goes on, and with all the support and all the training she has set systems in the college, I am sure that the new principal, Mrs. Jaya Rajgopalan, will take the college far ahead. Gulshan, you have not retired, you have only retired because you still have to play a very, very important role in education. But we wish you better than the best, good health, all the best, Gulshan. And we wish Jaya also a very, very successful career ahead. And may she follow the principles of our beloved master and take the college onward, forward. Thank you, Gulshan. We do not know, we have not prepared to make a presentation on each one, but we thought, sometimes when you speak from the heart, it's much more than all the formalities. And with this love in my heart, I acknowledge Gulshan for all that you have done for all the educational institutions, and may Dada and God be with you always, always, always. Our second principal from Sadhu Vaswani International School, Hyderabad. You'll all be happy to know that that school of ours has maximum teachers, and a number of students is also very high. That school has started just about 13, 14 years ago, but it has really grown from strength to strength. And a school grows when they have good leadership. And that leadership was given by Mrs. Kanchan Dulani. I had an opportunity of meeting her. Her sincerity, her loyalty, her commitment, all were there towards the institution. She has left a mark in the institution which will never be forgotten. We can take over from where one has started. The new principal, Arpita ji, will take over from there. But can we forget the contribution of people who have worked with us and have done so much? So thank you, Kanchan. You have really been wonderful, and I'm sure the Sadhu Vaswani International School, Hyderabad, will always, always admire and keep you as a part of them, because you never retire. When a daughter gets married, she is not the ex-daughter of the family. She remains the daughter of the family. You will always remain the part of this great institution, and we wish you all the best, all the luck, and we wish Arpita to take the school to greater heights. Best of luck to both of you. Then we have our principal, Mrs. Ashwini Upadhyay from Rajkot. She worked for 5 years as a principal, but was associated for 19 years. I again had an opportunity to meet her on a number of occasions. And one thing I believed that she used to always get us brilliant results, unassuming, humble, believed in he who's humble kindles a light that never fades. I'm sure she has kindled that light in all the teachers, and we have Susan Matthews taking from her. We wish Susan a very, very successful career, and I'm sure Rajkot will find a great principal in her, and we wish all the three principals all the best. We had requested the centers and Pune institutions to give us the names of the teachers who retired, but we may not have all, but all those who have centers, we acknowledge the teachers who have retired, because every teacher contributes to the success of the institution. From Delhi, we have Ms. Sashi Kanta, Ms. Soma Datta, and Ms. Niranjana Midha. From Ahmedabad, we have Mrs. Sushma Rani, a primary teacher, and Mrs. Nanda Gandarwa, a high school teacher. From Pune, St. Mira's Primary School, we have Mrs. Stella Ellis, and from secondary school, we had Ms. Nanda, Ms. Asha Ibrahim, Ms. Nisha Chuk, Ms. Neeta Parsicha, and Ms. Neelam Khanpurkar. All these teachers have retired. New appointments have been made. This is life. People will come, leave a mark and go, and new teachers will come and take their place. But just be proud to be good teachers. Just be proud that we are going to contribute. And remember that teachers is not a profession. It is a vocation. And if you love what you do, it is not work, it is love. Love teaching, love your work. I wish all of you all the best. And I must here acknowledge and thank all the people who have worked for this program. First, let me thank Ms. Bhagwanti Nanwani. She has put the technology behind and worked very hard to get this program done, as Krishna Didi told you, at a very short notice. Thank you, Bhagwanti. Thank Dr. Gulshan Gidwani for bringing in all the numbers and informing all the schools and colleges in Pune and giving us all of them together. How can I forget to acknowledge Mr. Jay Motiani, who lent us the technology, and to each of you who are present here. Without your presence, could we do a program? I hope we have many such programs, but I also would be incomplete if I do not acknowledge Didi Krishna. It's her program, but she puts in that effort to bring us together. What will lead our mission onward is only if we come together, follow the ideology and principles of Dada. Let us all work together, move ahead, and make Sadhu Vaswani Mission schools and colleges best in the world, because there is nothing that we don't have. There is nothing that we cannot do. If I've forgotten to thank anybody, please forgive me, but thank you, each one of you who have put in an effort to be with us. I think, a lot of back-end issues are there sometimes. It is so difficult to conduct a Zoom lecture with 40 students, and here Bhagwanti has succeeded in doing it with more than 400 people on YouTube, Facebook separately. So thank you once again, and God bless you all. And we never finish our meetings without a last prayer. So let us pray once again and acknowledge that whatever is happening in His mercy. May I request Vivek to give us Prabhu Teri Hi Kripa Se Sab Kaam Ho Raha Hai. Vivek, please.
प्रभु तेरी ही कृपा से सब काम हो रहा है। प्रभु तेरी कृपा से सब काम हो रहा है। प्रभु तेरी ही कृपा से सब काम हो रहा है। से सब काम करते हो तुम प्रभु जी, करते हो तुम प्रभु जी, मेरा नाम हो रहा है। प्रभु तेरी कृपा से सब काम हो रहा है प्रभु तेरी ही कृपा से, सब काम हो, सहज हो रहा सब कुछ, मंजिल मेरी है दूर, सहज हो रहा सब कुछ, मंजिल मेरी है दूर, परवाह नहीं है कोई, पहुंचूंगा वहां जरूर, परवाह नहीं है कोई, पहुंचूंगा वहां जरूर, करता नहीं मैं कुछ भी, करता नहीं मैं कुछ भी, सब काम हो रहा है प्रभु तेरी ही कृपा से, सब काम हो रहा है प्रभु तेरी ही कृपा से, सब काम हो रहा है, सब काम हो रहा है, सब काम हो रहा है।
Thank you, everybody. Thank you once again. And I'm sure you'll be happy that we have wound up on time. It's 1 o'clock. And thank you for joining us on a holiday on Sunday. But I'm sure you are going to take home something on Teachers' Day. Thank you to all my lovely teachers. Thank you very much.